Hi everyone. Thanks so much for joining us today. I'm Julie Kruger. I'm from Kruger Immigration Law and I'm an immigration attorney in Buffalo, New York. And today we're doing a Facebook Live video to talk about the process of expanding a business into the U.S. or investing in a U.S. business. Kruger Immigration Law is an immigration law firm only. We limit our practice to immigration law, which allows us to really develop a deep expertise in the kinds of cases that we do. And so with this video, we're going to talk broadly about the investing into business in the U.S. We're going to answer some basic questions. And if you have a business that you are expanding into the U.S. Or have questions about the process, please write them in the comments and we can try to answer them today. Or please feel free to call our office at 716-393-9878 and we'd be happy to have a free case evaluation with you to see if your business is right for expanding into the U.S., if you qualify for one of the available types of visas that are out there for investors. Or you can send an inquiry through our website, which is www.krugerimmigrationlaw.com. And you can also email me at julie@krugerimmigrationlaw.com. So today we're going to talk about 3 different kinds of investor visas that are available, that we get a lot of questions about in our office and kinds of cases that we handle, which is first the L1A visa, which is an intra-company transferee for managers and executives. We're also going to talk about E2 visas, which is a treaty investor visa, and we're going to talk a little bit about EB5 visas, which is a visa that leads to a green card in the U.S., which is permanent residence. So with the L1A visa, this is for a company that has a company outside the U.S. and a company inside the U.S. that are affiliated in some way by ownership. So maybe the company is owned in, for example, Canada by 2 people, 50-50. They open a company in the U.S. They also own the U.S. company 50-50. So therefore, the 2 companies are affiliated by their ownership. The other way they could be affiliated would be the Canadian company could be a parent company to the U.S. company, or vice versa. The U.S. company is a parent company to the Canadian company. So we're looking to show that there are 2 companies, one outside the U.S., one inside the U.S., and that they are affiliated in some way by their ownership. And then the person who is applying for the visa is a manager or executive of the business. There are other kinds of L visas for employees. Today we're just talking about the owners or investors of the business, the managers, the executives. So for the person who is being sponsored by the company, they have to show that they are a citizen of the other country, and that they have worked for the company for 1 year, at least 1 year, outside the United States during the last 3 years. And then they are transferring from that company outside the U.S. to the company inside the U.S. So that visa can be issued for a period of up to 7 years. Typically, if this is a startup company, that initial visa is going to be issued for 1 year, and then you can renew it after that. And so you're looking to show again that you got a company outside the U.S., company inside the U.S., that the person that is transferring from the company outside the U.S. to the U.S. inside the U.S. has worked for the company outside the U.S. for 1 year out of the last 3. You also want to show that that person is a manager or executive of the company, and that they have the skills and the ability, the educational background, the experience to be able to do the position in the United States. So that's going to be the L1A process. The process of applying for the L1A is fairly simple. If you are Canadian, for example, you can come prepare your package, go to the many ports of entries that are designated ports of entries for the processing of L1 visas, and they will adjudicate your application that same day. And so you can go to the border with your application, all your paperwork, and you'll get a decision that same day and be able to enter the U.S. and begin working on your business immediately. You can also process that case through U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, and that you mail in, and then it's going to take a little bit longer of a process. Not all ports are designated to be able to accept L1As. Some ports specifically will not accept them. Some ports will not accept renewal applications. So this is the kind of case where we really do recommend working with an immigration attorney if you're planning to apply for this, because you really need to be able to understand all of the ins and outs of the L1A visa, and then also where you can properly file for it and what is going to be the right way to file for your specific company and position. So for that, if that's something that's right for your company, give us a call and we can talk that through with you. If this is a business that you're just starting up in the U.S., we also recommend working with a business attorney who can help you get that business established in the U.S. so that it meets the requirements for your visa processing. That's not something that we do here in the office. We don't handle the business startup, but that's something that we could give you a referral for if that is something that you need. So the next kind of visa that's available for investors is the E2 Treaty Investor Visa. This, you are not required to have a company already outside the United States. This is, you are investing in a U.S. business or have already invested in a U.S. business, and you need to be able to come in and manage and direct that investment. So first, you have to actually invest in the U.S. business. So this is not, I am going to invest $100,000 in starting up a business. This is, I have already invested $100,000 to start up my business, and I need to now come in and manage and direct that investment. So your investment needs to have been already made and at risk, that if you aren't able to come in and manage and direct your investment, your business is going to fail and you're going to lose your investment. So that's a really important criteria for it. You need to be a national of a country that we have a treaty with specifically for E2 visas. Canada is one of those countries. So we're looking for, you're a national of a treaty of a country that we have a treaty with, and you are investing in a U.S. business. Your investment needs to be substantial in relation to the cost that it takes to start that specific kind of business. So if your business is going to be $100,000 to start up your business, the Department of State, when they're adjudicating your visa, they're going to be looking for you that you've invested, certainly more than $50,000, something closer to 75 or 100% of that investment. If your business takes $1 million to start up, then they're going to be looking for something more like $750,000 or $1 million to show that you've invested a substantial amount in relation to the cost that it takes to start up your specific kind of business. At the E2 unit in the visa unit in the U.S. consulate in Toronto, they are really looking for an investment of $75,000 or more. Very small amounts of investment, $50,000 or less. You're going to have a really hard time showing that that's enough of a substantial investment that's at risk for you to be able to qualify for the visa. The other thing you're going to want to be able to document for the E2 visa is the source of your funds. You have to show where you got that money to invest. Did this money come from your savings? Are you taking a loan? Did someone gift this money to you? But the money has to actually come from the investor and show why that investor has the money and can invest that in the business and that is at risk. You need to show that money came from a legal source. You also need to show that you as the investor have the ability to manage and direct that business, and that you are going to be able to do that successfully. So you're going to want to show your own educational and background, your experience, why you're going to be able to manage and direct this investment and make it successful. You are going to need to show with this your 5-year business plan. Where are you today? Where are you going to grow in 5 years? The E2 visa can be issued for up to 5 years, and that is what the Department of State, again, looking to adjudicate your application, is really looking to see what is your strategy to make your investment successful. So those are some of the main criteria for the E2 visa. That is something, again, we do recommend working with an immigration attorney. If you are thinking about investing in a U.S. business, that is something that you need to work with an immigration attorney. It's not necessarily the kind of thing you can really do on your own, especially under the current set of rules in this administration. We really strongly recommend working with an immigration attorney. It's an application that's filed on the DS-160. You submit your visa application online. You submit, for example, at the consulate in Toronto, you submit all your documentation to the consulate. They review everything in advance, and then you schedule an interview at the consulate and go to that interview, and then you're expected to be able to explain to the visa officer what it is your plan is, what you're looking to do with your business, and why you're going to be able to make your business successful. Another part of it is that you're going to show that your business is going to generate economic activity in the U.S. The U.S. wants to see that you're coming in to not just for the kind of marginal business that is only going to support yourself or your family, but also that it's going to generate substantial economic activity in the U.S. You're going to hire U.S. workers, you're going to hire other U.S. businesses, and really generate an economic benefit to the U.S. So that's the E2 visa. The other visa that is out there for investors is the EB5 visa. And that is a visa that is an immigrant visa. The L1A and the E2 visa, those are both non-immigrant visas where you are coming in, you're maintaining a home outside the United States, and you're just coming in to manage and direct your business, and it has a limited duration. The EB5 visa is a visa that has that leads to a green card, a permanent resident status in the United States, and can allow you to live and work in the U.S. permanently. So the EB5 visa is going to require that you are investing $1 million or more in your business. And you're needing to show that you're going to generate substantial economic activity in the U.S., that you are going to hire 10 U.S. full-time workers in the U.S. Within a period of 2 years. The EB5 visa is also something that really we strongly recommend using an immigration attorney to be able to fully understand what the requirements are and whether or not you qualify for them. That's something that if you want to explore that with our office, we don't do as a free consultation, free case evaluation, because it is something that really requires a lot of detail. So we recommend calling us. Again, our phone number is 716-393-9878 for to schedule a consultation. And we're going to have you fill out a detailed questionnaire and provide some documentation about your business before we schedule that consultation, so that we can really have a full understanding and go in depth with you for that consultation. So those are the main three kind of visas for investors: the L1A, the E2, and the EB5 that we wanted to talk about with today. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. And if you would like to speak with me about expanding your business into the U.S. or applying for a U.S. visa, I'd be happy to speak with you. Please give our office a call. We do offer a free case evaluation or a consultation for a more detailed case for $200. And you can reach us at 716-393-9878. Our website's www.krugerimmigrationlaw.com, and my email is julie@krugerimmigrationlaw.com. Thank you again so much for joining us. It was a real pleasure. Thank you.